Hola amigos investors, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan Estrella and we are going to talk about Twitter. So let's get started. Okay, so Twitter, it's an American social network service on which users post and interact messages known as tweets. Also, it gets its revenue mainly from the advertising services and data licensing. The main competitors we have Facebook, Instagram, Snap Inc., LinkedIn, and Reddit. Okay, so yeah, let's jump into the numbers. Okay, so currently we have the next numbers. Basically, as you see, we will just zoom in a little bit. We have a PE ratio. Actually, we don't have PE ratio. Forward PE, we have a 52.85, so it's very high currently. But in comparison with another IT technologies, I think 52 that's fair. Well, but I don't want to say that it's fair. It's still high. Remember that the average should be no more than 20. Okay, so now just let's jump to another different graph. Just let me just change it. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we can just check now the price to share. Right now the price to share is just close to 10.90. So remember that for the price to share, basically it needs to be an average of 1 or less. Currently we have 10 more times that it should be, so that means that the meaning is like it's a little bit expensive. It's actually expensive, this stock. Now jumping into the next number is the equity. Currently we have the number of the $7.81 billion. That means that is basically we have more assets than liabilities. So yes, I always like to have this specific number positive. Jumping to the next one that we have currently of 4.44. Basically that means that this is the current ratio. And yes, as a kind reminder, this current ratio, we just want to make sure that it should be 2 or more. That means if we have a problems, financial problems, they will be able just to pay their debts. Okay, perfect. So now jumping into the next one. Right now, okay, so now we were just going to talk about the forward PE ratio gap in comparison with the next sectors. Currently, we have a sector median of 21.64, but unfortunately, we don't have enough data to show to the Twitter. Just want to show you this specific graph, how just close to date as January. Currently, it closed at $47.04. Yeah, this one it was just a very good number in order just to try to just buy some stocks. But I just recommend you for the people, if you are a swing trader, yes, this is something that you can just test it, and yeah, you can just sell it at least it's still in average of the 54.55. So yeah, let me just check the relative strength index. Currently we have almost to the 30. That's I really like it. That means that many more people they are overselling, and this is another extra opportunity. But just take in mind another data that will show. So yeah, now the next data that I just want to show is now the valuation for this specific stock. As kind reminder, we just want to now share the comparison in the for the last year. How was the forward PE ratio for the comparing with exactly the same stock? So currently we have actually a very high forward earnings. Basically, it's more than $312.50. That's too high. Well, yes, actually, for example, if you see for the last years, basically we have actually the same this specific average. So yeah, that's okay. And the last year, 2020, we have actually an average of the $294 with 12 cents. 2019, $476 with 19 cents. 2019, $204.08. 2017, $344 with 83 cents. 2016 actually was just negative. That means that it was pretty bad. That's the reason basically they didn't have earnings in 2016 and 2015. So basically in 2016 it was negative 714.29, and 2015 minus 322.58. So as you see, basically, yeah, it's still in average high. Basically, the lowest year that it was low, it was in 2018, and the highest right now that I can just check a little bit quick is on 2016. Perfect. Okay, so now jumping to the next one, I just want to show a specific number in this. As you know, I like to show you the earnings per share. In this case, for the last quarter, it closed with $0.03, basically 3 cents, basically almost 4 cents. And this report was shown on October 29, 2020. And actually, unfortunately, the investors, they were expecting an estimate of basically 6 cents, but actually it was just reported as 4 cents. That means that it was a negative of 39.44 cents. Okay, so now finally I just want to show you something extra over here. Currently I just want to mention that there is the specific resistance that we have. I just want to show you basically two different resistance that currently we have. As we just compared in March 18, it was basically the lowest point of the TWTR. It closed at $20.32, and as you see, basically it was just having a very good swing trading. But at least for the people who wants to make a swing trading, this is a very good stock just to play with. And yes, and finally, right now we just can see for the people who wants to, yeah, I think I don't recommend just to go to the long term, because currently we are not sure if we can just little bit more, as the last numbers that we just checked, it was higher than I would like to take. But yes, if it's something just for fun, yeah, for sure, you can just also buy some stocks, and yeah, in the future you can also get some gains. But at the same time, because of the numbers, basically the numbers saying otherwise. Okay, so I just want to mention what I found about the resistance. Okay, perfect. So yeah, the first resistance that we just get, it was to the top of the $54.74 average. The next below the resistance that we just want to basically break is $47 with 86 cents. The next one that it could go is $46.35. To the next one, it will be $43.39. And finally, hopefully, yes, if I just want to play it, I would rather prefer just play with the 39.54. Okay, so now. Okay, so finally, well, in this, another extra point that I want to show you basically is the earnings per share. This one I also like to compare in order that how well it was the earnings per share for this specific stock in comparison with the last year. So yeah, if we just compare with exactly the same quarter report but the last year, basically it was negative. Actually, for example, in 2020 it was basically 3 cents. Basically it wasn't 3 cents, so 365 million. But in comparison with the 2019, actually it was 4 cents. So yeah, it was almost like a half a cent of difference. It's not too much, but yes, usually I want to expect that every year can be the earnings per share can be higher. So that means that even though that the stock was growing, there is we have a specific point that this can go lower. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, finally, just to finish this, I just want to show you the last reports for this stock. So yeah, for the last in the last week it was minus 12.69%. In the last month it was minus 8.14%. The last 3 months it was minus 2.51%. The last 6 months it was actually a gain of 36.82%. And the last, if we just count for the last year, it was a performance of 43.33 cents percentage. And now, if we just compare the performance for this month of January, we actually had a loss of minus 13.13%. Thank you so much for watching this video, and see you in the next one. Bye.